Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be finding out what happens if Arthur and Dutch don't save Javier on Guarma. So, about halfway through the Guarma mission, or Guarma chapter, I should say, you basically have to rescue Javier, who has been shot in the leg. He's been captured by Alberto Fusar's men, and basically he's been put in a cage, and I think that they're going to eventually kill him without any intervention. So I was told that there is a secret cutscene that will actually occur if you choose to not save Javier, or if you do something like alerting the guards and end up going about the mission the wrong way. So because of that, I wanted to see how you would trigger something like that. Now before we can get into that, it all starts when Arthur meets Dutch and his grand plan to get to where Javier is actually located.
Hey! Hi. So, what's the plan?
Well, I found the cave Hercule spoke of, and also a guide. She's up ahead. I think we can trust her.
Follow me. The entrance is along here. Just watch your footing. Whatever you say.
A bunch of penniless fugitives on some Caribbean dump, sneaking through caves while two of our best men got shot back home. How could I doubt you, Dutch?
You got no idea, Arthur. No idea at all. I will do whatever it takes for us to survive.
I guess that's what I'm afraid of.
Hold on.
Why?
Gloria!
Ay, estás tarde.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Dinero, the money, the gold.
Aquí.
Dámelo.
Oh, it's genuine, the old hag.
Ay. Vamos. Vamos. Rápido.
Now that gold right there, that's the last bit of gold I have in my pocket from the bank. The rest of it is...
At the bottom of the sea.
Exactly. This way.
See. Then you pay more.
Okay.
More.
Just a second.
Pay more. Pay now. Ah.
Dutch? What are you doing? Jesus. Easy, Dutch. What was that?
Horrible old crone.
But you killed her.
She was gonna betray us, Arthur. Couldn't you tell?
No.
Well, I got some Spanish. She was.
You keep killing folk, Dutch.
I am just trying to make sure that some of us survive, Arthur. Now, shall we proceed?
I guess.
Listen, son, you think I want any of this?
I don't know.
Of course I don't. But I made a pledge to you all. We would survive, no matter what.
So how did you know she was gonna betray us? What'd she say?
It was in her eyes, in the way she was leading us.
But you said you knew Spanish.
I know human beings, Arthur.
You're gonna strangle me next?
I'm doing the best I can.
But my friend, I do not understand. Who are you?
I come from Mexico. I never met those men.
Does anyone believe him? Mr. Simon doesn't believe you. Even the mule doesn't believe you. Eso ni fue para tanto. Sí que deja de actuar. Sabemos que no estuvo tan fuerte.
Fue bastante duro.
No, la próxima vez será aún más duro. Bueno, ha sido un placer.
Siempre me encantaron los mexicanos.
Enough of this.
Alright, so after following Dutch's grand plan through the caves and him murdering Gloria, I've said that this is one of the turning points of Red Dead Redemption 2. We actually see Javier being dragged by like a mule. Alberto Fusar is watching, Levi Simon is watching as well, And again, you can see here that he was basically being tortured to a degree. Now, I even went back down the ladder to see if you could loot Gloria. One of the things I wanted to test is if you could get the gold back that Dutch gave her. Maybe Dutch took it when he strangled her, but you can't loot her, so you can't get any of the gold back. And immediately I wanted to see what this secret cutscene was about. So you can see here that a lot of Fusar's guards are sort of bringing Javier up to this cage. So let's find out what happens if you shoot one of the guards. Oh man, poor Javier. So it is a secret cutscene. That is pretty cool. The mission just doesn't automatically fail. There's another cutscene where the guards say, shoot the bandit now. And they end up just, basically shooting Javier like 5 or 6 times. That is brutal. So I wanted to confirm if that would happen again, obviously, or if I just, triggered something unique or interesting there. So this time, before he was even in the cage, I decided to shoot one of the guards. And what happens is they just sort of drop him on sight and they shoot him right on the stairs. So I almost feel bad for Javier, and then you sort of realize and remember that he's not exactly that great of a person and ends up betraying Arthur and John at the end of the game. So it's kind of difficult to feel too bad for him, to be totally honest with you. Now, I wanted to continue to test this out a little bit more because I wonder if that same cutscene would happen even if we didn't specifically agitate the main guards that were watching over him. So, for example, there's a scene a little bit later on where a Dutch basically wants us to sneak up on these 2 guys. Well, what happens if instead of sneaking up on them, you shoot them? Well, the same thing happens. The guards become alerted, and they end up shooting Javier. So it turns out no matter what set of guards you agitate, no matter who you shoot or what you end up doing, Javier will end up getting shot in sort of this pretty cool secret cutscene. I had no idea that this was a thing. So that's really awesome. I was always too scared when I played this mission the first time to mess up because I didn't want Javier to get shot and I didn't want to get noticed by Fusar's guards. Now after that, as I'm sure you know, at least if you've gone through this mission, basically Arthur and Dutch need to create a distraction. So what they do is they ultimately end up sabotaging this like sugar plantation. Apparently sugar is like very explosive or catches on fire quite easily. I did not know this, but that's what Dutch basically does. And even though I pretty much knew what the outcome was going to be, I wanted to test the same thing with the guards inside of the sugar factory. So if you decide to shoot them, again, Javier will ultimately meet the same fate where he will be shot outside. So apparently those guys have pretty good hearing. They heard the gunshots. They shot Javier immediately. And even if you don't shoot any of the guards, even if you just like show up and say, hey, I'm here, look at me, I'm on your sugar island or whatever the case is, the same thing will happen. So you don't even have to hurt one of the Guarma guards in order for this cutscene to occur. Just sort of not doing the instructions of the mission will get Javier shot as well. What's funny is they won't shoot you. Javier will ultimately get shot first. So just something I found that was kind of funny regarding this mission. And it is interesting and does show you the level of detail that Rockstar went into because they had to film that cutscene all together. So that's why I found it to be pretty unique. And this gives them enough of a distraction to essentially take all the men who were guarding Javier to go check out the inferno happening at their sugar plantation, and that allows Dutch to open the cage and get Javier out. Now, Javier basically passes out on Dutch's shoulders, so from there it's up to Arthur and him to basically shoot their way out of this little plantation and situation. But long story short, even though it was pretty quick, I had no idea that there was a secret cutscene that occurred if you ended up not saving Javier or if you went against the will of the mission, and I found that to be pretty cool. If you guys know of any other cool secret cutscenes that happen like this or alternative scenes that occur if you do something different in a mission, you can let me know in the comments down below or reach out to me on my Facebook page. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.